Morning everybody. I'm back today to share a design team project I've done for Artymaze using the Autumn Splendour digital kit. This kit is so awesome, it's unbelievable. I think it's a kit from last year really, but I've always wanted to work with it but never ever got round to it because it's never seemed to be the right time of year. For some reason I can only sort of make my journal, I can only make an autumn journal when it's nearly autumn, if that makes sense, but if it doesn't, never mind. Anyway, it's a hardcover journal and it measures 7 3/4 by 5.5. It is covered in like an autumny sort of coloured fabric. It's got like orange and brown leaves, and I recently picked this up in a shop and I just thought it'd be perfect for an autumn journal. I've done a little collaged front with this beautiful lady on the front. She's gathering the hay for harvest time. Sort of always reminds me of like the harvest festival time we used to have at school when I was young. I don't know if they do harvest festival and things like that at school anymore like we used to do, but we always used to bring things in and whatever. Anyway, it's got some corrugated card on, a little bit of dyed cheesecloth, some music paper. I've put some little gold trim underneath that and another piece of like gold chiffon. I always think gold goes very well with autumn. It's got a simple seam binder closure, which is just some seam binding ribbon that I've just used my distressed ink on it. I think it was the Tim Holtz Spice Marmalade, it might be. It wasn't the pumpkin one because it was a bit too orange, the pumpkin one, but I prefer this colour. I think that's basically the cover. It has 96 pages front to back, and the front of it I've just put a little pocket which I've lined up with some all these mushrooms are from the Artymaze ferns and mushroom kit, but I just think mushrooms are very earthy and very autumny, so I had to include loads of mushrooms in it. Just got a little leaf here, and oh, have you noticed? No cast on, cast free at the moment. Had my cast removed on Tuesday at the fracture clinic, and it feels so good to have my hands back. The only thing is my wrist is very stiff at the moment, and so I've got lots of physio exercises to do with it. In fact, I didn't realise how stiff it would be once I got my casts removed, but it still feels good to be not have that heavy thing with me, but let's waffle about that. I've got a little envelope here which I've just collaged up with a little butterfly. In fact, these need to go in there, but I'll do all that afterwards. Little journaling card. These aren't from the Artymaze kit. I'm not sure where I got them from. I think there was a freebie from somewhere. It might be Ephemera's Vintage Garden, but I'm really not sure on that. Pocket again is got a little gold ribbon, some cheesecloth, a little butterfly. This is one of the papers from the kit which I've just collaged up with some mushrooms, a little bit of trim, some eco dyed paper, a little squirrel I've stamped on. This is just a little collage I've made up for some cards. Once again, some more mushrooms. I told you there's loads of mushrooms in this. Little pocket with 2 journaling cards from the kit, a little bit of stamping, some eco paper, and some more of my onion skin dyeing paper that I did. I dyed a lot of paper at the time with it, so I just want to use them up in my autumn journals. A little bit of gold trim, another journaling card which is a tuck spot behind, more eco paper, and of course it has to be an Edith Holden in an autumn journal. Oh, did I mention there's 3 signatures in it? Probably didn't. It is quite chunky. I don't know if you can see that proper on camera, but I had to stop putting stuff in it because there is a lot of stuff in the kit that I didn't get to use everything because it was getting too big. Another journaling card, a little bit of stamping, a little acorn, just a little collage I've made up using a leaf card, a little bit of burlap trim, an envelope which has just got a little bit of paper in for journaling. I know it's only August, but it's really starting to feel like autumn here at the moment. It's raining again today as usual. Lined paper, the other side of the envelope, journaling card in the tuck spot which I've just put a leaf on, some corrugated card, burlap, more trim. I really will have to rush a little bit on this because I've got 25% left on my battery. Or Edith Holden eco dyed paper, and I've just got a little pocket here, little fall tag. I think this was a freebie I got from somewhere, but I really can't remember. It's been that long ago. I've just found some of my autumn bits in my stash which I'm trying to use up at the moment. Another journaling card, little pocket, little owls peeking at what you're all up to, some more gold trim. This is a tag from Artymaze, but I just collaged it up a little bit with some green cheesecloth, a little squirrel, mushroom, butterfly, and a little bit of trim. Some more eco dyed papers. These papers so lovely, they really are. They just so much remind me of autumn. I've really enjoyed working up with this kit. And thank you, Andrea, for giving me the opportunity to use it. Another journaling card with a little tag. I've noticed this journal sort of leaning over, it was going a little bit boho. But then I thought to myself after, autumn really has a sort of a bohemian feel. So much so, I'm going to do sort of an autumn boho journal after this one. I won't pull that out. Just some little tickets, which I've got one of the tags from the kit. Another little owl, which I've stamped with a little bit of gold ribbon. Another little journaling card. There's plenty of spaces in this for writing if you do write in your journals, or if you don't, there's lots of tuck spots for your little mementos. I think that's just some spare journaling paper. Another tag. Another little journaling card. All the journaling cards have come from the Autumn Splendour kit, and I will link the kit and a link to Andrea's shop below. I think this is the middle of the second signature. Some more Edith Holden. I've done a little tuck spot here where you can just put something behind it, of this lovely little girl lady what was on the front cover. Some more eco dyed paper. I've still got plenty of this paper that the lovely Diana Hoff sent me from Alabama. Thank you, Diana. It's coming to good use, is all the paper that he sent me. A little bit of script stamp ribbon. Little tucks, flip up, flip down tuck thing, which you can journal on the back of it. And I've just collaged it up with a mushroom, a little bit of gesso and stamp. And Andrea, use your tip on sanding it down afterwards, and it does work. It makes it very smooth, and it's sort of, I don't know, it just goes into the paper really well. I would never have thought of sanding a napkin before. I'd have been worried I'd have ripped the napkin off, but good tip that. And I got a lot of these tips from the Junk in the Trunk series on Andrea's Artymaze's YouTube channel. But if you're new to journaling, it's a great place to start that, as well as Yvonne Preston's series of videos she's done for beginners as well. Another good starting spot. This little pocket here is a little tuck spot. It's just a tea bag which has been collaged up with some leaves, mushrooms. It's got a little journaling card in. I think this is one of some Tim Holt scraps I was using up. Hello Fall journaling card. Another little picture. This is from the kit. Just put another journaling card at the top with an autumn leaf. more eco-dyed paper, more journaling space. Onto the last signature now. But in the front of that, lovely, it just reminds me of a painting. You know these paintings you see of fruits and everything, it's just so colourful. Just put a little bit of trim on it, a little bit of stamping, another pocket with this fabric. It's really boho looking. It was off a cushion cover I bought ages back, and I cut it up, so I thought I'd better start using it. A little journaling card, another little bit of Tim Holtz scrap that I've just put a little bunny on. I can't get this back now. I can't believe how stiff my hand is, but I guess it'll come back in time, my use. Edith Holden, hazelnut and acorns. Like I said, plenty of journaling space. I put this into my Etsy shop last night, and it has sold to a lady in Australia, but I'm just worrying now about how much postage is going to be. So if it's going to be astronomical, I may have to reimburse the lady money, because I don't think I've ever shipped to Australia before, so I'm really not sure. So up to now it is sold, this, but if not, it'll go back in my Etsy shop. Another little card, I think this is from Artymaze's sunflower kit. I found it in my stash and it looked so it went with the colours. I've just put a little pocket here. This is the centre of the third signature. A little side pocket here, which has got a little altered file folder where you could just put cards, notes, or photographs, anything you want to keep quite private. A little flip out cover, which is some writing space, and there's another tuck spot behind, which I've just put another little journaling card in. I won't pull this off, it's just another piece of writing paper. And there is a little tuck in here which holds a little envelope, which I've just collaged up with a fox and a stamp, and I've put some journaling cards in, a bits of journaling paper. That just tucks back in there. Some more journaling. I've tried to put plenty of journaling paper and stuff in here, because I think autumn for me is a very writing month. In my autumn journals, I gather up what I've made from my garden, because I start taking a lot of my fruit in. My apples are nearly ready. I have blackcurrants coming out, and I do a lot of making my own jam, and I always like to write down, and I write in my autumn recipes because I like to make apple muffins and things. Geez, I'm turning this flip through into a cookery show now, just ignore them, I'm waffling. More eco-dyed paper, some more gold trim, just a little bit of gold ribbon to the side of the Edith Holden paper. And this is another tag which I've collaged up with some leaves, some mushrooms, butterflies. And coming to the back page now, which I've just done a little sort of a peachy satin pocket. I've trimmed up with gold ribbon and cheesecloth. Another journaling tag. No, that's the tag. No, that's the journaling card. That's the tag. Jeez. A little bit of some more extra writing paper. Like I said, I've left the back very plain because I didn't want it to be too fussy. But like I said, I've really enjoyed working with this kit. It's lovely. So I'm hoping now this goes in the post today, and if it goes back in my Etsy shop, it will be back later. Just check on the postage on that. Not sure how much postage is from the UK, but somebody did say it could be extortionate, so I'll just have to see. Once again, thanks for watching, and it's weekend again. Catch you all soon. Bye.